right. Hello and welcome to Drunken Dragon Gaming, where the drinks are cold, the meals are warm, and the games are on fire. Tonight's Thursday night. It's tabletop night. We're going to be playing a bit of GURPS and playing in the realm of Ixia, the world I've been working on building for going on the better part of 30 years. Yeah, we got some storyline to do here. We got a few other things. We may have another player joining us. So we may have some paperwork to do here at the beginning. We'll see. Yeah, definitely excited about it. Hey, Dewey, thank you for swinging by. Frostbite, good to see you, buddy. Hey, Pi, how are you? And let's see if this even remotely works. Because, you know, the music thing has not been working at all. But we'll give it a try. So maybe it's got music playing for you guys. I don't know. I can't tell because it's not playing in my ear. Let me go ahead and unmute myself over here on Discord. I got Scott hanging out with me. All right, we are live. Yes, chat, let me know if y'all can actually hear the music playing or not. Hello, Buzzard.
Howdy.
How we doing?
Doing good. How about you?
All right. You know, hey, you know what? I'm in the same boat as you. Not remembering things because I was trying to remember when the last time was we played, and then I was like, wait a minute, what were we doing?
Yeah. That's kind of my life. What day is it? What's going on?
Right. Huh.
That winter weather I've been hearing about stretched down you all's way.
Oh yeah. School's already closed tomorrow.
Holy shite. Good day to be a kid.
Yep. And I'll be doing the work from home thing. I won't worry about that playing then because apparently it's not working. But yeah, I mean, for us, it has been 1,081 days since we have had winter weather.
Holy cripe. That's a long time.
Yeah, we've been in a bit of a snow drought. And unfortunately, because where we're at, we're right at the edge that the precipitation could be nice, fluffy white stuff or really slick stuff.
I love snow, but man, ice.
Yeah.
Out here in Arizona, I'm in the desert, but I still get snow. We're at 3,700 feet, so we still get it every once in a while here. But we don't get that ice shit that I used to be plagued with when I lived back in Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. That shit is horrible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just horrible.
Well, down here in the Carolinas, you know, it snows half an inch, and that's it. The region's paralyzed. Now, if you want to have the real giggle, though, this floored me. It made me laugh so hard. Because, you know, everybody jokes about the South, and when the South gets the snow, all of a sudden everybody rushes out to the grocery store to buy the bread and milk.
And TP.
And TP, apparently. Because my wife went to Sam's, and, you know, apparently she couldn't get around the place, and almost every single person's buggy had TP in it. But,
We may die, but we'll have clean assholes.
Right. But the thing is that, you know, any winter weather down here, it lasts maybe 1, maybe 2 days. You know, the National Weather Service, when they put out the alert about the winter weather watch, if you read through the whole thing, you get down to the end of it, and they tell you to go and get milk, bread, and eggs.
Wow.
So I'm just like, really? We've got everybody making fun of us about that, and you're actually going to send it out in a official national weather alert to go buy this stuff.
It makes sense to me, although, the TP, after that shit we went through with COVID, I can't imagine how anybody doesn't have at least 3 months of toilet paper on hand at all times. You know what I mean? I mean, you'd think that people would have learned their lesson on the TP. I mean, you can't keep 3 months of eggs or three months of milk, but you can sure as hell keep 3 months of toilet paper.
Right. Well, my wife was telling me the amount of toilet paper people were buying. She's just like, she was so confused. Going, what are you going to do with this?
Start a fire, I guess.
Yeah, when the whole COVID thing hit, I was still living out at my homestead up in the high desert, and up there, you got to drive an hour before you can encounter your first traffic light, and that's about how far you had to go to the grocery store as well. And so, you didn't run out of shit. It's like you had to stock things, and you had to plan. And so, when COVID hit, and people, I mean, within 3 days, we're talking about being out of diapers and toilet paper and stuff. I was just like, holy hell, man. I mean,
Right.
and me, I had been, sitting on a revolving stock of 6 months of toilet paper and paper towels and anything else I could store for, a decade. It was, you drive 4 hours to get to a Costco, and I mean, you fill every square inch of space you have in that vehicle before you drive back home, and then I have a storeroom.
So you had the wall of the cans of Spam.
No,
In Hawaii, right?
I wouldn't want to eat that much Spam. I keep a little bit of Spam around, but no, it's vacuum sealed, dried beans, rice. Things you actually eat and use, and then the secret is you eat and use it, so it's not 20 years old by the time you need it someday.
During Hurricane Helene, we were staying with a friend, and they kept lots. They're kind of like doomsday preppers. It's part of their faith, and they just they keep stuff for this kind of random emergency. And so part of their stockpile, of course, was Spam. And, they didn't want people going out and buying stuff. I'm sitting there going, look, I can just run down the road 30 minutes. The grocery store's open. I got no problem going buying beef and bacon and all that stuff. And they're like, oh, no, we got stuff here. It's like, okay. And then they pull out the can of Spam. And I'm going, oh. And then, in order to convince the kids to eat it, they told them that it was square bacon.
That's nice.
See, I grew up eating fried Spam sandwiches every once in a while, and and we ate a lot of country food, so cream chip beef over toast. That was like a delicacy.
Dude, that stuff's awesome.
We did the happy dance when that got broken out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same thing with a fried Spam sandwich. Man, that was a treat. We didn't get it that often, but man, that was good stuff when it came out.
Hey, Roy.
What's up?
See, have you managed to connect to this particular game instance?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I'm on Scabbard. I do have the page up, but it wouldn't let me link into it or change anything.
Right, because I have to put you in as a player and all that stuff on Scabbard for Ixia.
Okay.
Where did I put my... Oh. What happened to my pinned messages? Ooh. My DF Vox got changed. It looks like it's got all the stuff from Scott's game.
It's also possible we're accidentally logged into yours too. So.
Well, no, I'm looking at the Discord. The Discord with the pinned messages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I put them in the wrong pin.
All right, let's pull this up. Let's get the invitation link copied. All right. All right, I shot you the invitation link on Discord there, Roy. Oh, wait, that's right. You do voice on your phone. Okay, that makes things challenging.
I got it on my phone. Let me see here. Let me.
Hey, Brian.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're not bad.
There you go.
Okay, I'm going to step away for a moment.
Okay.
Actually, I bring up Discord on my thing, but it's underneath a different.
Under a different username?
Yeah.
Okay.
How in the world do you switch?
The easiest way that I've had to do that on Discord is on Discord itself, down at the bottom left-hand corner, you click on your name, and right there it says switch accounts.
Oh, I didn't know that was there. I only have one Discord account, but I was like, oh, look at that. That'd be handy.
That's actually a recent addition.
I have a hard enough time keeping up with like one account per service, so.
You and me
Needed
both.
it for work. Yeah, if you needed it for work and for play, I guess that's.
But yeah, Roy, almost all my communication I do for a game, I do via Discord.
Talked about that beforehand, so it's like, okay, I got to get that up here because I know you send a lot of pictures and other stuff, and it's like it doesn't match up well on my phone.
My big hope right now is that my propane tank will last over the weekend. Well, I just filled it up just 2 days ago, but it has been bitterly cold in the evenings. So I'm hoping it lasts. Then we'll go ahead and get a character created in here. So, Roy, I got a question for you. Oh, nope, he disappeared out of voice. Oh, he switched accounts. Yep. Roy's getting his computer figured out.
Audio test 1, 2, 3.
Nope, couldn't hear a word.
Okay, good.
Hey, Kyle, how are you? Because right now I'll converse with chat while they're popping in and everything, while we're working on getting started tonight. There's a character named Tie Me Up. That must be. I'm guessing that's Roy. That's got to be Roy. His username is Tie Me Up.
Doesn't sound like Roy, but it could be.
Okay.
Have a character select.
He rolled a 1. Oh. Oh. Oh, Tundra. It's a bad day. Yeah, and I have that one actually does the worst damage too. But hey, you're still over 500k, so. Let's see if they reply in the chat over there. Because otherwise, I'll be hopping over on my other side and just kicking that person out. But first, I want to make sure there's Roy.
Stand back.
Welcome back, Roy. So we have a question.
Okay, good.
Are you Tie Me Up?
That is me.
Okay. So I was getting ready. I was getting ready to kick that person out of the cave because I'm going. That's an interesting name. And then Brian says that doesn't sound like Roy. I'm going. Oh,
You know
okay.
When I was young, me and some friends, we played an online game, and we made up all these different kinds of names like this. And I have just kept it and used it for online gaming ever since. So
Okay.
most likely, if you played Dungeons and Dragons online, or played World of Warcraft, or some of the other ones, yeah, if you saw Tie Me Up, it was me.
Okay.
Fucker. I'm kidding.
Oh, and I like this. This is great. I got a copy of that. Let me copy the text. So Tundra did the little quest thing that I had in my chat, and unfortunately he rolled a 1. And my mod decided to write up a actual critical failure for what happened to him. So I just posted it in our DF text so you guys could read it.
Scott, did you get my character that I sent to you?
For this game?
Yeah.
Yeah. I did. I didn't know if you needed it to be uploaded or not.
Yeah, I didn't know how to upload it myself, and I thought I'd send it there, and it's like, okay. It's like,
Right.
didn't know.
Well, you are now the owner of Roy, the character sheet. So you just go in there, you just click that name Roy, and then up at the top of the row you see where it says import, and then you go find your GCS sheet, your GCS file, and select it and import it. Good night, baby. You actually going to bed?
Yes.
I thought you get to stay up late.
Yes, but I'm tired.
But you're tired. Oh, okay.
Yes, it's gymnastics takes the work out of me. I have to do it for 3 hours.
Wow.
You
Gymnastics for 3 hours.
And then 2 times a week now. 'Cause
Yeah.
until my first competition comes up.
Yeah, for your first competition. It's a lot of work. Yeah, it's coming up.
It said it couldn't upload the profile picture, but that's okay.
All right, let me take a look at Zeeb. Let me take a quick look over you, because I haven't had a chance to look at this character sheet.
Yeah.
What does elemental influence do?
It's basically your majory but for elements.
So I downloaded or moved over the pre-made character sheet for Elementalist.
Yep.
So I just kept the things that it said I had to have, and then I just adjusted other things.
Sure. I was just asking because I wasn't sure what it was. I haven't looked at the elementalist.
To be an Elementalist, you had to have that as a
Right,
on there.
because it's your version of majory, yeah.
Correct.
Okay. And your skin's blue.
It is.
Okay.
Just a nice light blue.
Well, that'll definitely make you stand out. Well, it's in you're in a completely human country, so yeah.
Well, he is human. He just has a slight different hue to his skin.
Been eating too many Smurfs. I see.
Exactly.
We'll call you Gargamel.
Either that or one of his parents was a Smurf.
Yes, or he's eaten a little too much silver.
Yeah, the silver nitrate or whatever it was. Yeah, that's the
Colloidal. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
colloidal silver. If you some people can't clear it from their body, so it turns them blue.
Okay. This looks pretty solid. All right, I get that. All right, those are good. All right. Oh. But I believe you are short some points. You are. So the way that I do these character sheets for everybody, Roy, and we can play with your sheet as it is right now. That's not a problem. But what I do is you get the initial 250 to build off whichever Dungeon Fantasy template you want to build off of. Once you get your template finished, once you get your template finished, then I give you an additional 50 points so that you can either multi-class if you want to, or you can further expand your character however you want to.
Okay.
So you actually
that's what I was given. So it's like I was, when me and Brian talked, he said once you get it loaded and he approves it, then he'll let you have the other 50 points, but not until then. So that's why I didn't put them in.
Yep, no worries. You get the 50 points.
So
It looks
I'll have for next time.
yeah, it looks good to me. Never played with an Elementalist before, so this should be interesting.
Yeah, and that's like Brian gave me the fantasy dungeon books.
Yep.
But the one that I was looking for he didn't have the one with Elementalist completely in it, so I'm going to have to do
That's in
and try to figure it out.
That's in Dungeon Fantasy 9.
Correct. So I haven't gone out myself to purchase it, so.
Okay.
But I'll have to do that soon. But I had a couple of bad things happen this week, and one sent me to the ER.
Oh.
Yeah. I was dancing around.
You shouldn't have been using it. The ceiling swings have specific instructions on how to use them.
Well, I got in a fight with my bed.
See?
And so I just hauled off and kicked it, and I fractured the bone in my toe.
Oh.
Oh.
So what you're saying is the bed won.
It did. But like the doc says, give it a couple of weeks and you should be fine. So I'm ready for a rematch.
All right, so to give you a quick rundown on this world, because I didn't get a chance to chat with you to kind of give you a rundown of the world. The world is called Ixia. And it's a world that I started building 30 years ago.
Wow.
So it's been a continuously growing world. I've run several campaigns in the world. And I've even used these campaigns to help shape how the politics and everything are happening in the world.
Okay.
In this particular instance, we are in a kingdom called Delphos, which is in the southern portion of the one continent that I have available for y'all.
Yes, I saw it.
Now, just below it, there's a place called Falscardus. There is a specific ruling that I have in my world that you have to be careful how you do things. So, with Majory, you know, and you're obviously a GURPS pro, so you know that with Majory that if you absolutely have to, you can substitute hit points for fatigue if you really need it for magic. We classify that.
I'm gonna stop you right there because this is my first time running a fantasy character in GURPS.
Okay. Well, then I'll finish what I was saying, but this will help you understand this piece of it. So, step number 1: do not sacrifice hit points for fatigue. That is considered blood magic, and it will attract demons.
Oh, okay.
Falscardus is a kingdom rumored, and I know you can't see my air quotes, but rumored to be ran by a bunch of blood mages. They deny it, of course.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Like all politicians.
But
And that's funny because that's exactly where I said I was from.
oh,
Oh.
In my backstory, that's where I said I was from.
yeah, we might want to change that.
Do it.
We can.
Maybe he left because he was even worse than them.
Oh.
He left because they had too many rules.
Like, that's it.
Wait, in a kingdom that has practically no rules, they had too many rules? Oh, boy. Falscardus is also, the middle of it is got the Fire Kings, which is the volcanic range there. But we've got the map up. You should be able to see it. Delphos is the kingdom we're in. Where I've got this little circle at here. Let me shift click here for you. This is the home of the King's Ravens, a mercenary group. And that is the party that we're running.
Okay.
Scott played Renbach, who is the leader of the Ravens. That character has since been retired. He's gone back home to study his dusty tomes. And try to keep Ken Parker in line. Another previous character.
Okay.
Currently, the quote-unquote leader of the party is Castigon, because that's who Renbach handed the reins to, because Renbach didn't care who he handed them to. He just pointed out, going, you're in charge now, and left.
Nice. Did you read the Cass Day 1 type story?
I have not had a chance to. I'm sorry, Brian.
No, it's okay. I wrote that up. It's in the scabbard.
I will definitely check it out. And then the rest of this, we're going to just bring you into the game. I'll let you just kind of wing it with your backstory for now. And then afterwards, maybe not tonight, but at some point in time between now and the next game session, I'll get with you and we can hammer out a bit more of your backstory for you since you know a little bit more about the world. That way you can integrate that stuff into your character.
Perfect. Yeah, because I'm not a real great writer, so I just kind of threw something together and said, okay, here goes.
So, I mean, it very well could be that, you know, from this game session to the next game session, your background may completely change, and it'll be one of those things going, oh, I'm sorry, I had amnesia. I didn't know who I was. So right here, we've got the party token, which kind of gives us an idea of where the party currently is. And they are on their way to Blackley Hold.
Hi.
So, I'm going to put you guys at the day after the combat. Around mid-morning, Belladonna shows up.
Hey, folks.
Nobody's talking to you, apparently.
No, apparently not.
Oh, am I part of the group right now?
No.
Or...
No, not yet. I'll let you know when we bring you
I was
in.
going to say. Yeah.
Bell, did you catch that varmint?
Why, yes. Well, wait, I was back in town, wasn't I? Or,
Yeah, and you were making your way back to them because you got
oh, right, yeah.
because you reached in the chest to find, you know, the goods, and you found the head instead.
Yeah, he's should have brought him with me.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, he didn't make it.
so that chest was the way they moved the goods, and they're already gone.
Yeah. Yeah, and they seemed to know we were onto him.
What gave you that notion?
Because I was able to grab the man by his head and pull him out of the box.
Oh,
You know, she doesn't have that much upper body strength, so pulling a whole body out of a box, you know, seems a little stretched.
Yeah, just a
Yeah, she's getting a bit of a hairy eyeball from me going,
maybe I should have brought it with me after all, I guess, huh?
Yeah, but then what would you do with it? It would start to stink.
head cheese.
now what do we do?
Well, we should probably head over, keep heading to, what you call it?
Head over.
Make your way to Blackley Hold, see if you can find the quote-unquote smugglers that blackmailed the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't hold up his end of the bargain. Their end of the bargain in a bad way.
All right.
While you were off having fun, we had to deal with some road bandits.
That's a shame.
Well, for Belladonna,
Obviously.
you consider that to be highly unusual because this is a heavily traveled road, which is heavily patrolled. So for bandits to try to set up on this road, they're taking severe risks.
Yeah. Yeah, they certainly are.
Well, shall we continue on then?
I would say so.
Do we have a healer in our group?
We haven't had a healer in the group in 4 incarnations of this party. We had one at the very beginning, and he was only a minor healer because he was a holy knight.
He didn't really stick around. More like a side gig, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean,
So Katu has esoteric medicine, which is, kind of a first aid-like thing, although it can have, I guess, in certain circumstances, can do more. But how do you handle? How do you work with esoteric healing?
Esoteric, I run more or less the same as first aid, just that you use more herbs and stuff as opposed to the quote-unquote tried and true method of bandages.
Okay.
But I do also allow for, every once in a while you may hear me bring up a certain plant or something that you come across that, you might be able to use in your esoteric medicine to have a separate effect.
Gotcha. Well, Katu would treat himself then from his injuries before. Probably, you said it's the next day, so he would have already done this, but should go ahead and roll for that.
Yep.
I reckon.
Very nice. And you probably want to throw yourself an OT up on that particular skill so that you can throw it in just like first aid does.
And then what? It's 1d6 minus 3?
Is it 1d6 minus 3? Or is it 1d3 minus 1? Yeah, we'll do 1d6 minus 1 seems a bit extreme. That's an awful lot of healing from just bandages and stuff. So it's got to be. Let me check. One of our players had it on there. I know it's not Belladonna. Belladonna doesn't care about healing anybody.
Yeah, I think at TL3 first aid is 1d6 minus 3. I think.
Oh, so be retired characters. Did Finley have it?
23.
No. That character was never finished. Yeah, he's got all that. That was that complicated character.
Yeah, are we TL3 or TL4?
It's complicated. It's TL4 minus gunpowder.
Oh, okay.
So it's Age of Sail, but there's no gunpowder.
All right. So first aid is 1d minus 2 at TL4.
1d minus 2. Wow. Okay, well, there you go. Well, that's not good. And granted, it's still a minimum of 1, right?
Yes, as far as I know, it's a minimum of 1, and then I still get my health roll for natural recovery. All right, that's okay. That's better than where I was.
All right. So, y'all head on up the road. You have no further incidents, but it does take another week up the road. Week? No. 4 days. Should take about 4 days from where y'all are at. And you come upon Blackley Hold. Blackley Hold is an impressive looking place. As you get closer to it, you get about a day's ride out from it. The air, the smell of the air changes. And being as how this is, what's that?
I said, I'm sorry.
Oh, the air has a bit of a clean, but yet kind of a musty odor. Any of y'all that's ever been by a lake, it's got that smell that you get from a large body of fresh water. That's the easiest way I can describe it. And it's summer heading into fall. So in the morning, thick fog blankets the area. Very difficult to see through. Yeah, I mean, somebody can walk 5 feet ahead of you, and they'll vanish from your sight.
So day-old pea soup.
Right. But your travel's gone, unimpeded, whatnot. Just traveling through the fog can be a little challenging. So my question is, do you guys want to wait for the sun to kind of burn off some of the fog before you start traveling? Or do you want to go ahead and try traveling in the fog and potentially lose each other?
You mean it's that thick?
Like I said, within 5 feet of you, you can't see them.
For Christ's sakes.
We had fog like that here just about 5 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
I actually had to pull over and wait because the fog was so thick that I didn't want to risk driving down the interstate at 80 miles an hour with the way that I know people down here drive.
Why don't we not rush through the fog and just fix some tea and breakfast and take care of the horses and see if it cleans up? I mean, we're not on a time scale, are we?
Not really.
I mean, what's another 4 hours?
Yeah. So, all right. So y'all, instead of breaking camp, you go ahead and make yourselves a nice breakfast and everything. While you're making
Watch over things. So something about this seems potentially
fishy.
Not right. So Katu's on alert.
Okay, then give me a hearing check at -2.
Would I notice that he's nervous or otherwise on alert?
I'd ask for a perception check at -4.
And I do that by selecting -4 and then doing my check, right?
Yep. Okay. That would be a negative. No, you do not notice. You are oblivious because breakfast just smells too damn good.
That would be in character.
So, breakfast is being made. Now, y'all doing a breakfast of biscuits and tea, or y'all doing something more hearty?
Oh, if we have it, bacon, biscuits, eggs, the whole works. You need a good meal on the road.
Okay. We've got people that know how to hunt and whatnot, so I'm not going to require any rolls. I'll just say that y'all managed to get, some kind of small game animal to be able to have for breakfast.
Azar will, as usual, pocket a biscuit or two. Maybe some bacon.
So, like I said, the food smelled really good. Now, out of curiosity, who's cooking breakfast?
Not.
Well, I don't have the skill in it, but I can certainly try.
Oh boy.
Let me throw this up real quick. Now, granted, cooking is just the skill of a chef. Anybody can, burn meat. But there you go.
You can also substitute like survival roles in too, can't you?
Oh, I burned something.
Well, I mean, it comes out as basic, normal, what you would expect from, a party with no cook.
Half the bacon isn't cooked all the way, the other half is burnt.
Oh God.
You're roasting them.
That's the worst.
I gotta keep my mouth shut because I'm saying, man, that sounds like the bacon my wife makes.
Yes, be careful.
My food's good.
Oh, okay. So Belladonna pushes you out of the way and says, oh, "Stop that! You're ruining it."
Poisoning all of us.
Well, go ahead, Your Highness.
So while you're cooking and everything, so you just made the roll, Katu. So just before you see them, you hear footsteps.
All right. Well, we would immediately say, "Who goes there?"
And you can kind of see a silhouette in the fog of two humanoid figures. And they say, just a couple of weary travelers, and we smell the food. It smells so good. We're so hungry.
I'll hand them a couple of the burnt strips of bacon.
Cass.
Can we see them or just hear them?
Say, hold on, Cass. Do me a favor.
Can we see them?
Hold on, Cass. I need you to do something.
Okay.
I need you to make me a dodge roll at -5.
I have combat reflexes.
That's okay. This was for something else.
Okay. Dodge. Why isn't it going? It wasn't. It's not clicking. Very odd. For some reason, the dodge is not active on mine.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's take a look.
I ran into that a few moments ago, and I had to reload.
Also, make sure your encumbrance is correct too.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, he didn't put the minus in there.
Right. So when you said your highness, yeah, basically you got a quick backhand from Belladonna.
Okay.
No points. No actual damage. Just the sting. That was prior to the people showing up.
Okay.
So yeah, they just said that they're weary travelers, and then they.
I tell them step forward with your hands in plain view.
Okay. You see a couple step forward, closer to where you can actually see them. They're within 7 feet of y'all. And looks to be an older couple, probably in their 50s. Clothing worse for wear, and look to be a little famished.
I give them a quick little look over before getting them too close to the rest of the group, and if I don't see anything that looks off or suspicious, then
closest thing to a weapon that they've got is the stick that the old man's using for a walking stick.
Well, I'll grab 2 biscuits and go over and hand them 2 biscuits.
Okay.
As long as no one objects, I'll invite them in.
Weary travelers, what are you doing out here in the woods by yourselves?
Oh, we've been traveling slowly from the lumber area off to the west of here. We've been coming through the woods to get away from that area because things have started going poorly over at the lumber mill, and we just couldn't stay any longer. Matter of fact, my job was I was the cook there, but I'm no hunter or anything, so we've been foraging what berries and stuff that I knew were edible for the last 7 days. So it's not been easy day. And my name is I'm Bernard, and this is my wife, Josephine.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Castigon.
Nice to meet you.
Want some tea?
Oh, and the reason we look so poorly, we just spent the last day. We just spent the last day running from a demon that we saw in the woods that just absolutely terrified us.
Demon, you say?
He kept on hollering, "I'm not a demon," but I know a demon when I see a demon.
You seen many demons?
His skin was blue.
I've heard of devil in a blue dress, but not demon in a blue skin.
He looked like he could have. He could have been a corpse that got washed up from the water. He looked like that pale blue color on his skin. Oh, and those eyes. I'll never forget those eyes.
He's chasing you, was he?
I think so.
Where was this from here?
About a half a day back in the woods.
To the west, you say?
Yes.
But this demon didn't harm you in any way.
No, but we ran through the woods, and so I wound up tripping over brush and stuff. It's torn up all of our clothes. I blame that on the demon. I'm certain that it put some kind of a curse on us.
Oh. Curse a demon.
Those bloody false gardens constantly sending their little minions up here.
We would all know the demon country to the south, right?
Yeah. I mean, being as how we're almost at war with them.
Did you happen to see if this demon had money? Role-playing my greed a little?
I didn't stop to ask him.
Well, damn it.
Guess he didn't jingle while he was chasing you. Well, I don't know. Is that one of those things that the King's Ravens is supposed to look into? Blue demons chasing people in the woods? Is that fall on our mandate?
Well, he was in armor. And he kept hollering, I'm Zeeb. Obviously, he was casting some kind of spell on us. Because that's not any language that I know.
How far away was this?
We've been running for about half a day.
When's the last time you saw it?
I just knew that once we made it to the main road, then we'd be able to find the guard and tell them of this potential incursion. We were on our way to Catarin, hoping to be able to find refuge there because the lumber mill, the new foreman they put there, I don't know where they found him, but he is a brutal man, and my wife and I, we just couldn't stay any longer.
So did you follow a trail through the forest, or did you just run through the forest?
Do I look like I know how to track things?
Well, we're not going to be able to do much if we don't know how to get to this person, this demon.
It was roughly in that direction. Oh, Grant, if they ran through all this stuff, Katu, you'd have no problem. You'd have no problem, going back across their tracks.
Oh, yeah. No, I was just getting ready to say, I doubt we'll have any trouble following their tracks back the way they came.
Well, if we don't have anything pressing, I'm fine with investigating, especially if there's some money involved, hopefully.
Hey, you exterminate a demon and bring back proof up to Blackley Hold. There's coin in it.
What time of year is it?
Heading into fall.
Heading into fall.
So maybe this guy's blue just because he's cold.
Doesn't quite work that way.
That is it exactly.
Well, all right, well, I'll finish up eating, and if the fog doesn't roll up and go away, then, we'll just have to wait. But why don't we go investigate?
But you have been too kind, providing me and my wife with some sustenance after this ordeal we've been through. We're going to make our way towards Cadarin or up to Blackley. Which one's closer? He's not sure which direction he came through when he ran through the woods. He doesn't know if they went towards Cadarin or if they went towards Blackley. He just knew that they were heading east.
Oh, my.
So you said it was a 4-day trip. How many days have we been on the road?
So where y'all found them, I'll just go ahead and move your token. You should be about there. So that's where this encounter is happening.
Well, Blackley would be closer, good sir.
Oh, okay. So
and point the direction they should go.
You've been too kind.
I don't point them the wrong way on purpose.
You're pointing them the wrong way on purpose? Okay.
No, I said I don't point them in the wrong way on purpose.
Okay.
Now, I could be pointing them in the wrong way.
Oh, all right. So you point them towards Blackley Hold, and he thanks you for your generosity, and that if ever you find your way into Blackley Hold, he's going to try to set up shop there to come look up him and his wife, and he'll make sure that you and your friends are supplied with a hearty meal.
And they're just like walking with clothes? They have like no possessions or anything like that?
Clothes, walking stick, and a bag of coins. They left that lumberjack place in a hurry, obviously.
All right. Well, Katu will give them one of his traveler's rations for their trip north, and I'll give him my blanket as well.
Oh, all right. Awesome. Okay. Anybody else want to speak to these people or anything?
No, I'd just give the old man a heart attack and the wife would get jealous.
She's a witch. I'm not a witch, I'm your wife.
Like I said, she's a witch.
Oh yeah, they're trying to bring a skit here to my local area called the Cliff Notes of Insanity. It's the Princess Bride. Wow. It's the Princess Bride in 30 minutes or less.
They have that here in San Diego. I guess it tours the country.
Actually, they're trying to spread it. They're giving the script out for free to any play group that wants to do it.
Like syphilis, that's what they're doing.
So, okay. So y'all pack up your camp. The couple heads on up the road. Like I said, the only weapon he seems to have is that walking stick.
Well, good luck to them.
Okay.
Holy crap, really?
Well, what do you want to do? Give them a weapon?
I have a spare small knife that I'll give him.
Okay. All right. Keep that in mind. All right. So then they start making their way to Blackley Hold. So you guys want to go check out the supposed disturbance they told you about, or head your way on up to Blackley Hold?
The disturbance.
All right.
Yeah, we got to get Roy into the game somehow. No matter.
Wait, no, we're going to go to Blackley Hold.
Looking to kill me.
We should make him chase us.
All right. So Katu, because of the way they crashed through brush and everything, you know, the way they were trying to get through, you can roll your tracking skill at a +3.
Right. Well, if I mess this up, the gods are truly against us.
If you mess this up, then I get to tell Roy going, "Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!"
Yeah, he's gonna have to chase. He's definitely gonna have to chase us.
Well,
we won't find him.
well, at least
I think we just passed our old campsite where we just had breakfast.
I gotta say, I smell breakfast again.
at least I didn't say what I was getting ready to say. I was say, "Yeah, man, if you mess this up, Roy's just got to write a new character."
Those two were the demons. They passed through this place without leaving a trace. They're demons, I tell you. We should hunt them down.
Oh, look! Cracks.
Oh. Where'd you find those?
Yeah,
Behind you.
Belladonna notices a couple of, you know, broken branches and stuff that, you know, are obviously freshly broken.
Not
So,
to mention some of the little flags of clothing just torn. And
right.
And then you look over and you see Castigon holding a stick and he slightly breaks it and drops it on the ground. Oops.
So, Katu, you're never going to live this down.
That was sad. I mean, I am the group's tracker.
Y'all are doomed. All right, so y'all head into the woods. You travel about a quarter of a day or so into the woods, and everybody give me a hearing check.
Ian.
All right. So, Roy, I hope you don't mind if I put some words in your mouth real quick. But it's just going to be the whole stupid people. I was just trying to figure out how to get out of these damn woods. And then from there, the rest of this is all you, Roy.
That's fine.
And don't ask me how you wound up in the woods.
Just kind of was traveling and got lost on my way. And
Yep.
then I saw those people, and I tried to help them out because they looked like they needed it, but they ran away from me, calling me a demon. And I said, "No, my name's Zeb." And they ran, but I was like, I'm not very good at that, so, and I just got more lost, and here I am, out wandering the woods.
So, so you guys overhear him muttering to himself.
Beware,
So
he's casting a spell. Is he also doing finger movements?
So now, since y'all have been doing this tracking thing and whatnot, and you had the potential of running into a demon, have y'all been trying to move stealthily?
Well, aren't we riding our horses?
Riding your horses through these woods would be very challenging. You probably would have left them tied. Well, you probably would have left them tied up at camp with the plan to come back to get them.
Ooh. So we don't have horses anymore, huh?
Oh no, you still got them. Like I said, you'll be able to go back and get them. Because your camp would have been far enough off the road. Because y'all are smart, so you would have been far enough off the road to where your horses would have been well cared for, and you don't have to worry about them getting stolen or anything like that. I'm not going to do that to you.
I would normally walk fairly stealthily.
Yeah, if we're on foot, I think we'd probably all be reasonably stealthy.
All right, well then, let's get everyone's stealth.
Oh my God! My heels even.
All right.
Give me a minute. I'm trying to find mine.
I put it in chat. You don't need to find it on the character sheet. You just click the button I put in chat.
Oh, that makes it too easy. That's why I couldn't find it.
Of course, right?
Okay. So I'm looking at the group, and so that makes it easy. All right, Roy, make me your perception check. As long as you don't fail the roll, you'll detect somebody.
Mic off.
I gotta find it on my character sheet.
Because that's
Left
tracker.
top side of your character sheet.
Mic on.
Oh. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's everybody.
He detected the entire group.
It's a smell of breakfast on us.
You guys help me? I need some help.
That sheet, yeah.
All right, so Roy, go ahead and describe your character to them. Your appearance.
I'm a taller guy, 6'5", just over 200 pounds, black hair, blue eyes, but I do have a light blue hue to my skin.
Oh.
I am a humanoid, a human, male. Right now, I am wearing leather armor. I do have a heavy cloak on, and I'm walking with a nice wide brim leather hat. I do carry a short staff, and that's about it. I do have a small backpack on me, and it looks like I definitely have traveling gear.
And he looks lost.
Looks like a lieutenant, huh? Okay.
No, not lieutenant. He looks lost.
That's a lieutenant.
Oh, okay.
So, where were you trying to go?
That's a military thing. Well, I was told, because I was traveling with a group, and they were heading some other place, and I was told that there was a place by a lake, and I could probably go there, maybe find some people that I could meet up with, or get a job there, or, start a new life there. So that's what I was doing, and somewhere along the way, I even got a compass, but I don't think it's helping me out, and I just kind of got lost. And then I saw some people, and I tried to get help from them, but they just ran away from me. I was like, what the hell? Why do you run away?
That reminds me. What did that? I forgot what that translated into, Scott. What we named that forest.
That one is the. I think it's
Well,
Is that the forest of whispers?
Well, I don't know. which one? Are you talking about Lefort?
Yeah.
Lefort Chateau?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is actually, yeah.
So, yeah, while you've been roaming around alone, Roy, the way the breeze blows through here and everything, every once in a while you hear sounds that sound like someone trying to whisper to you.
Yeah. Plus, it's a little swampy.
I answer people that I didn't know was there.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'd say like upper Louisiana. So in that area.
Not quite marshland, but still thick.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on the ground. That way.
No alligators, right?
No. But that's also why I said riding your horses through here wasn't going to be a great plan.
No alligators, but reports of demons.
Cut track.
Yeah,
right.
most of the area around here is sloped toward the big ass lake, and it's mostly like wetlands. The closer you get, except for when you get to Blackley Hold, which is actually on a basalt outcropping. There was at one time an active volcano in the area. It's a long time ago. Very long ago.
Are you guys stopping, or what's going on? Or I mean, I got my hands up saying, hey, well, one hand with a staff in it, but hey, I'm just looking for some help. If you can give me some direction, get me out to a road. I'm not here to bother anybody.
Well, the road's behind us.
Yep, road's back this way.
Why don't you come along with us? We can get you pointed in the right direction.
I appreciate that. I really do. I'd love it if you'd help me out.
Yeah, so that's the female that talked to you first, that the road's behind us, and we're traveling north. So if you're looking for work, that would be the way to go.
Of all the stupid things, I was kind of hoping to get out adventuring and seeing the world, and so, but that's not working out well for me.
No, not with the blue skin you got there.
Yeah, kind of a birth defect thing.
So you were cursed as a child. How nice.
My mom says I was cursed, and that was part of the problem and why I left, because, having problems with the family, so it was just better to leave.
A lot of ravens have a blue cast to their feathers.
Yeah, maybe I can go there.
I was just... Yeah.
I get it.
You looking for work?
I'm looking for anything with a kind of a future,
Who turns and looks back at our fearless leader. You still recruiting?
Castigon?
Once again, everybody's calling me the leader. Yes, we are still looking for people. What sort of skills do you have?
Well, I do a little bit of light spell casting.
You do healing?
Healing? No, not so much.
Oh, that's too bad. I guess we don't need...
Not unless electricity can heal you.
Oh, so you're one of those sort of sorcerers.
I dabble with the elements.
Ah. That's something I can respect.
I don't know any of that stuff. It's all hoodoo guru to me.
Well, it is a little bit to me too. I'm just starting out, learning.
Maybe Belladonna and Katu could talk to you about skills if while we're walking back, and maybe you'll work out real well, and we can offer you a job.
Okay, I'm willing. It sounds like a good opportunity.
All right, Belladonna, I'll let you do a little bit of questioning to him.
Okay. Where did you go to the academy for your powers?
I didn't.
So you're an amateur.
Yeah, there was somebody in my hometown took interest in me, and he taught me a few things.
Oh. I see. Okay. So you just deal with what you said?
Mostly lightning.
Oh, right. Okay.
A little bit of air stuff, but mostly lightning.
Mm-hmm. No thunder or anything?
Not a whole lot of that.
Okay.
Can you fight?
Not so much, but I mean, I fight like anybody else. You know, I do have some weapons, so I could fight.
Hey, he's got a stick, So what do you...
Yeah, I got a stick, Mostly for helping to keep balance and everything.
Oh. Okay.
It does make a good stick for hitting people with.
I suppose.
So
I don't realize.
Castigon says, "Okay, everybody come here. In the group, not counting our person we just encountered, Deb. So trial period to see if he works out."
Yeah, kid's got heart.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I think Sparkles can hang out.
I already got a nickname for him. That's awesome.
Under his breath.
Show up Belladonna.
I'm sorry, what?
Under his breath, Azar will be commenting what could possibly go wrong.
You know us. Anything. Everything.
But more in the open, I'd say, yeah. Why not? Doesn't seem to be causing trouble.
Okay.
Well, if he does, it's opens with someone else.
Hey, Zeb, why don't you follow us back to the road, and you can hang out with us and see if you work out well, and if you do, we can offer you a position.
Good. I'm all good with that. I appreciate it.
Are you hungry, kid?
Actually, yeah. I just been eating some of my trail rations and not knowing where I was going there, so I just kind of was, sparsely eating them.
You got any more of them dehydrated biscuits left?
I think we gave the last ones to the people that were scared of him.
I'll pull one out of my pocket and hand. I'll pull one of the breakfast muffins out of my pocket and hand it to him.
Oh, that's kind of you. Thank you.
It might be a little beat up, but it should be mostly intact.
You have to be careful. He puts a lot of weird stuff in his pockets.
Yeah, those biscuits had a DR of 1. They should have survived your pockets just fine.
Talk about some hard tack. But man, I just went ahead and strapped that stuff all over my armor. Gave myself an extra point of DR.
Yeah, but it's ablative.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. It's ablative.
Yeah, it's all how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, if you fall down a waterfall,
Oh,
inflate.
damn, I missed it. I missed the opportunity. I could have just gone, well, that'd be some really crummy armor.
And if he falls into a vat of gravy, well, we're all set.
All right, so y'all make it back to your campsite. Horses are there. Figure I'd go ahead and remove that fear. Well, especially since they're rentals, you know.
Oh my, not my horse.
All right. So y'all made it back to your campsite. Y'all decide to make another meal, or y'all just gonna handle some of the hard tack that you called breakfast?
What's the fog situation?
Well,
Is it
the fog's cleared. Otherwise, y'all wouldn't have been able to find him.
Oh, okay.
Especially with Katu's tracking.
Oh.
Guess we'll move along.
But well, I was gonna ask, which food did y'all save and which food did y'all not? Because we had the one person that Castigon tried cooking and it didn't go well, and then Belladonna took over. So are you handing the new guy, the food that nobody wanted to eat that Castigon made, or did you hand him some of the stuff that Belladonna made?
Oh, Castigon ate his food.
Okay.
I mean, when I said DR1,
He fix it, you eat it.
I was when I said DR1 biscuits, I was talking about Castigon's biscuits. So that's what I was handing out. But I was careful not to tell him to anybody because I wouldn't want to hurt him.
Break your teeth trying to bite in those things. Yeah, I baked them. I put them in the oven for the time I said. I put them in there for 20 seconds. Those disgusting frozen biscuits.
Not too bad if you dip them in your tea,
All right. So yeah, they provide Zeeb with a little bit of nibbles.
Thank you.
All right. Then we will continue on our way down to Blackley Hold. I do not have a map for Blackley Hold just yet. Things have been a little busy here in life, where between holidays it kept me very busy, and then building the playground, and then going back to work this week. I've been swamped. So, but you arrive at Blackley Hold. Blackley Hold has how do I describe this? So on the end closest to the water, it's like a bit of a. I'm not sure you'd be able to tell this, but this is the easiest way for me to describe it. Kind of like a man-made hillock, and on top of that is what can only be described as an actual castle. More like the castles that you see in your fantasy stuff. And those castles aren't really castles; those are palaces, really. It's got the spires and all that kind of nice stuff. The town itself has a stone wall going around it, but not around the entire town. It goes from river to coast. So it's got basically the entire land side of it has only got 2 main gates for you to be able to get in. The town is massive. I mean, I can't even call it a town. It's a city. This city probably houses upwards of 20 to 30,000 people, if not more.
That's big.
Yeah.
So, this is a very large city. It has all of its different zones, basically, a lot like how it happened in real world, where you have your poor section of town, you got your crafting section of town, you got your worker section of town, you've got your specialist crafters section of town. And the closer that you get to the castle, the better the housing and the shops and such are.
Sounds
So,
about right.
So hopefully that gives y'all a bit of a visual description or a mental description of the place.
Good.
And Blackley Hold, honestly, it relies a lot on its fishing and imports, whether it's from within the country itself or if it's from outside of the country from across the lake. Because they do get imports from Melhorn from time to time, but I'll just go ahead and give you all this information because it's easier to do that rather than try to pick one person. The political climate between here and Melhorn is not as bad as what it is with False Scardus, but it's got a tentative kind of a feel to the political climate, and that's because Melhorn is not really a country per se. It's a collection of city-states. And so that's why the political climate between here, that is a full kingdom and country, versus a collection of city-states. You gotta pick which city-state it is you're dealing with as to whether or not you have a good reputation with them. Whereas Calcer, Delphos will do dealings with them, but they are very careful about it because of the rumors of Calcer capturing people from Delphos, and I mean, it's never been proven, but Calcer apparently runs some underground fighting pits and gambling stuff that they like to do, and they don't care where they get their people from.
Yeah, so that place is a slave-holding nation, or slavery is allowed?
Calcer, yes.
Okay.
That's foul.
So, but luckily you've got the river that goes between Delphos and Calcer, and that's your big piece that kind of prevents a lot of that from happening, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. And it's a big river, and so it's hard to, watch the entirety of that river. So, that gives you a little bit more of the political climate, and then I was giving more of that information more for Roy's sake, so that he was aware of those things. Since he's new to the world, because I believe I've gone over that stuff with y'all before in the past. Even though it's been a while, so it's good to have a refresher.
Does the river runs west to east?
Which one?
The Scarlet River, the one that separates Calcer from Delphos.
Yeah, it goes east to west, I believe.
Yeah, east to west.
East to west. Okay.
Yeah, so it leaves the lake and then heads towards the ocean.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is very much south of there. It gets its name from the soil. So when the runoff during the rainy season happens, the river turns red. So that's what they call it, the Scarlet River.
Whereas if you look at the Carrion Wilderness, the river that runs through there, like the McCare River and whatnot, that runs west to east. And the same thing with the other river that is the border for Melhorn, also a west to east river. But then the river that's up to the north, that's the river that feeds the lake.
And if I remember correctly, that comes down from the mountains that are north and east.
Yes. So, all right. Welcome to Blackley Hold. Now, it took you half a day to get into to go and find Zeb, and then of course it took you another half a day or more to actually make it up Blackley. So you're coming up on Blackley really past twilight. It is nighttime. Not dead of night, but kind of like the just past twilight. The guards that are standing outside the gate, you can see that there's some other people wanting to get in, but it seems that Blackley Hold has a curfew, and they don't admit visitors after dark. Now, too bad none of y'all.
I'll attempt to do a fast talk and say we're on King's business and we need to return the horses to the King's stables.
Yeah, to show them our credentials. We're not visitors.
Yeah. We're on official business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curfews don't apply to us.
I was going to say you actually don't need a fast talk for that, but I'm happy to let you roll it.
Yeah, I need to talk his way into staying out here.
The rest of us keep walk in. He's still fast talking.
So do you show them your crest?
Yeah.
Okay. They recognize it because they remember when those were handed out. So they say, "Oh, our apologies. We'll have to let you in." And of course, the other people that are standing out there wanting to get in town, there is a lot of grumbling and complaining. It's kind of like the club night when the people that bypass the line and look at the bouncer and then just walk on into the club, and everybody else is out there standing in line. They're all just going, "Who the hell are those people?"
I point to Belladonna and say she's famous.
Can they believe that?
Yeah, I do the hair flip and then saunter or sachet in.
Question: has any of us been here before?
Let me look at the party. I do not believe so. No.
Well, wait.
So we'll need to ask.
We're here going south.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll need to ask directions, or Belladonna will have to show us where the stables are for us to return these horses.
She ain't gonna know.
No, because I didn't rent any horses.
She passed through.
Oh. I know where the best place to stay is. So.
But the easiest thing to do is just ask the guards that were letting you into the gate.
Yeah,
just ask them.
Guard.
And
Ask the guard.
so the stables to take the horses to are just inside the wall.
Okay.
Actually, I tell them, can you get us a runner to return these horses while we find our lodging?
Certainly.
Thank you.
So they have a few pages show up to take the horses to the stables.
Excellent.
All right, y'all have returned your horses now.
See, valet parking.
Good job. Good job. Y'all actually managed to keep your horses.
Does the King's Ravens have like a? I mean, is this where they're based, or are they based someplace else?
No, they're based somewhere else.
Okay.
Quick question. The bag of coins that Renault, I can't even pronounce it. The leader that we, how much was in there? Because we never really discussed it. Is if we need a place to stay, should come out of those funds.
I have no idea. About that much. Sorry.
And with our credentials, we can find a place to stay without issue, I'm sure.
Well, we'll let you do the talking then.
So, what kind of lodging do you want to find? Do you want to go for bottom of the line, middle of the line, or top of the line?
We work for the King.
No idea how much starting funds I have, so I'm going to probably go bottom line.
We're very special.
All right, so you want to go for top of the line?
Yeah, we want the place with the valet parking, the bath, the room service, all that shit.
Okay. So you've got to wander pretty deep into the city to be able to get to that kind of place because you got to get closer to the palace to get that.
And after all, it'd be someplace you would stay coming through here the first time.
So you find a place.
Just along for the ride. He has no idea what to do in a place like this.
Me too.
Hold on, I'm working up a tavern name in my head. I've got a few that pop through my head. It's like, nope, all those sounds like places that you'll have harlots at.
What? Like this?
And this is the problem. Why?
Oh, the first one that came to my mind was the scarlet blanket. I was like, no.
Oh.
How about the Overlook Hotel?
Maybe the Belvedere.
Oh, I got it. This will be the most expensive inn/tavern in the entire city. The Little Palace. This is a place where food is available 24/7. And not just food. They've got a serious chef that can really knock out some food.
It would be cool, would it?
Shh, don't get ahead of me. So you walk into this establishment. It actually even has, the hostess there, doing seating and all that kind of stuff.
This doesn't sound like Castigon type of place.
No.
I look at Belladonna and say,
No,
I don't know if we can afford this.
These tables have tablecloths on them.
I'm not even sure they're going to let us in here.
Yeah, I wouldn't let me in here either.
Boys, just follow my lead. We'll be all right.
So, good evening, as the hostess looks over the group. Can I help you?
Yes, ma'am. We are here for an evening meal with wine and some of your best dishes. We're here on the King's business, so keep that in mind when you select tables.
Yeah. I'm gonna need a minute. And she steps away. And
I thought for sure she was going to throw us out, like right then and there.
And
You're doing well.
She gets out of eye line and whatnot. About 5 minutes later, she comes back, and with her is this big, burly man, in armor, with a big freaking battle axe. She says, so these people are claiming they're on King's business. And he gives y'all just a quick glance over. Now, y'all are wearing your insignia for the King's Ravens out in the open, right?
Of course.
Yep.
Okay. And he looks at her and says, girl, these are the King's Ravens. Don't bring me out here for useless nonsense. Give them a seat. And
That's the gun eyes.
Yeah, Belladonna just narrows her eyes at the hostess.
She's
Azara's just looking around going, what the heck?
And she said, my apologies. I just, we get all sorts that show up, and I had to make sure.
I doubt that. Because for us to get this far into the city means that we had credentials. So, you need to straighten yourself out, or I will.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, this girl's all polite and everything now.
That's what we want. Polite.
And so she picks out a nice table that is, of course, it's a corner table because she's considering the appearance of the group.
I don't think that's going to do.
Oh,
because there's not very much room in that area.
Oh, hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish describing it. This is a booth with a large circular table, with a wraparound seat that's cushioned.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the spot where, if there's a couple that wanted to have their quiet date night, this would be the spot where you'd put them to where they'd also have lots of space for having a big meal.
We're needy now.
Yeah,
but
my thinking is, I grab her by her hair and say, "Do I look like I'm on a date?" Big table,
no.
Middle of the room, now.
Okay.
These gentlemen have been on a road for a very long time, and they're tired. They need to stretch out and relax, and you can't do that in a box.
Oh, okay. 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 I know a good table. We'll need to go upstairs though. When she says we gotta go upstairs, of course, I'm sure Belladonna's questioning that too. But she goes upstairs, and it's a balcony overlook over the entire dining room, which has a large banquet table up there.
There we go. That's more suitable, don't you think, gentlemen?
This is lovely.
I will be picking.
Very good.
Azar will be picking a spot where he can have the best view of down below, where he can observe and see what's going on.
Looking down the hostess's shirt, I see.
Look at the cleavage.
Yeah, I'll say.
Naturally.
Going to be going cross-eyed, apparently, because my character's up there.
So
I'll sit where my back is to a wall, or where it's a little bit, no one can sneak up on me easily.
that's going to be tough with this table.
Oh, then I sit where Belladonna can't stab me in the back.
Okay, all right. You sit on the opposite side of the table from Belladonna. Got it.
That don't mean shit.
Oh.
Hey, I'm just the player with a wizard.
So, all right. So, and I mean, this table's even got, just like the rest of the tables downstairs, it's got a nice tablecloth on it. It's got a couple candelabras on it. After about 10 minutes, a waitress shows up, already in hand, 2 bottles of wine. And she says, I don't know who you are, but compliments of our new chef.
Nice.
Azar will ask for details on the wine. Notes the player has no clue.
Okay.
But Azar would.
Well, this is a 50-year red that's been aged in wine casks, and then double aged in a whiskey cask.
Can you just bring some of the whiskey?
Player has no idea really, but that sounds like it would probably be a good wine.
It has strong tannins from the Carrion Wilderness, which is where the grapes for this is grown.
So just is it actually a really good wine? Because I'll play it up that I failed my roll otherwise.
Yes.
It
is a very, very good, very expensive wine.
Hey, well, I mumble, well, I've never heard of it.
That's because it costs 10 gold a bottle.
Yeah, there you go. I certainly don't spend that on my whiskey.
We'll put the cork back in and we can sell it.
I'm assuming Azar would know that that's a good wine, and he would nod his approval.
Well, and the thing is that she showed up with a large decanter. And as she was describing it, she was pouring it into the decanter. That way the wine got air to it, which then helps enhance the flavor of it.
It does, I'm sure.
Our gratitude to the chef.
So, and he said, if you would bear with him, he'd like to also supply you with your meal this evening, and he said it's on him. But he said it's going to take a little bit of time to prepare the meal.
Okay. Well, you may need to bring more wine then.
I'll talk to the chef.
Well, that and maybe some cheeses too.
Oh, yeah. My hands were full. I couldn't bring the chartreuse board up with me as well. That's coming.
Okay.
That's who leads to the person next to him is like, chair to what?
Yeah, it's a charcuterie board.
I don't know why I'd want to eat a board.
So, after about 5 minutes, she shows up with this huge, what looks like a cutting board, but it's absolutely enormous. God, I wish I'd taken a picture of this at Christmas. My sister-in-law works for Boar's Head, and she made us a chartreuse board, and the thing was 5 feet long.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
And it was covered in every kind of meat and cheese, and that's what's brought up here.
Nice, very nice.
So it's basically a bunch of dried meats like salami, pepperoni, mostly your salamis, the different types of salamis, your prosciutto, that kind of stuff. This kind of meat, this kind of a dried meat, is not something you can get even in the medium style ends. That this is something that's strictly high class. Because first off, it's the Middle Ages. It's hard to make this stuff.
Well,
So
I probably drank my first glass of wine already, so pour another one.
Katu will raise a glass to Belladonna and tell. I thought she was crazy when you suggested this, but I gotta hand it to you. You know how to navigate this here city.
Oh, he ain't seen nothing yet.
So now the other thing that's odd on the board, at least I've always considered it odd. I don't mind one part of it, but the other part, I've always gone, why would I use that? There is a selection of mustards to be able to dip your meat and cheese and whatnot in to go with your wine. But there's also a selection of custom-made jams.
Jams and honey, yeah, those are really great when you add it to cheese, especially the savory cheese. Oh God.
So yeah, this is the, for those of you that have done this in real life, this is like the ultimate chartreuse board.
Yeah, I actually had ate some blueberry cheese in the same building or that George Washington had dined before.
Nice.
When I visited up here the first time. So, yeah, that was so fucking good too. Yeah, I never would have thought, blueberries in a cheese, but it was just the right sweet, savory taste, and it was soft so you could spread it on a cracker.
Oh. Yeah, not too runny, but just soft enough. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, because if you turn it around, it's perfect.
I'm gonna make a savoir-faire roll to not, screw up and pick the wrong fork and the wrong spoon while eating.
Fair enough.
Yeah, savoir-faire.
Nice.
Savoir-faire is everything.
You got it. All right.
Do the same thing because character doesn't have a clue of this kind of environment.
My character's only been using silverware for about 3 weeks now, so I mean, he's got no idea.
So it takes between half an hour to 45 minutes before your meals are delivered to the table.
If you eat slowly, it's amazing.
And
I can't understand why this right here, this board, isn't our meal. I mean.
And right, that's just for snacking. I had the same problem at Christmas. I ate too much off the chartreuse board, and so then when it came time to actually eat dinner, I was like, wait.
Yeah, because my stomach's so small, that's what we had for like our New Year's Eve meal. It's just we made our own charcuterie board, so it was good though. I still got things in there I need to eat.
So,
it's a czar that's the one that's the thief type that throws the knives, right?
Yes.
So he's probably packing stuff in his pockets for later, right? With the hot biscuits.
I have not seen anything hit the table yet that I can relatively stealthily stick in my pocket, but my eyes are open for such things.
Say the dried slices of meat you could stick in your pocket. They don't store real well that way, but
But I'm not going to do that while it's being delivered by such a presentable individual.
So
Besides the fact that I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing at this table.
So the meal is brought and presented. A group of waiters come and deliver this, so that all the plates are delivered all at the same time. Every single plate has a 1 pound steak on it. It is 2 inches thick, cooked to perfection. The odors that come off of it. There's just the odors that come off these plates because everything's still steaming. It's still got steam coming off it. So it's not like it was, because it's not like they had heat lamps back in the day. So it's, for the size of your group, it's a fairly skilled chef to be able to have stuff delivered to the table to where there's still steam coming off of all the product. So it has some mashed potatoes as well with a nice brown gravy on it. The mashed potatoes have an interesting look to them and an interesting odor to them. And to explain what they are, they're garlic mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
Yeah. And a basket of fresh bread is brought to the table. Now, one of the things you did note is that, even though this place is hopping, you didn't smell any bread cooking or anything like that when you first arrived. And this loaf of bread it's hot. And there is a bowl of butter that's delivered alongside of it. Now, this bread is something you'd have to break apart. Y'all have to share it.
Break bread together? Oh my, how religious.
But this is the kind of meal. So for Casagon, because you have traveled around a bit and whatnot, the kind of meal that's being delivered along with the wine and everything, this has a price tag that's hard for your character to even imagine being able to afford.
Yeah. I probably didn't even eat anywhere near that good when I was growing up.
But now you're also sitting here going, I can see why they call it the Little Palace.
Mm-hmm. Well, I did a compulsive carousing, kind of in the flavor of seeing if I control myself and not eat myself to a stupor. And
okay.
I ate it, so I will enjoy my meal, but not eat so that I get sick.
Understood. You're not going to go make use of the vomitorium, which they do not. Which they do not have here. This is not Rome.
Good.
But yeah, it's. I think I've described enough of the meal. I don't think y'all need any more description.
I'm getting hungry. I mean, literally.
So, like I said, it's just an absolutely fantastic meal. I mean, and honestly, eating that kind of steak, it's gonna take you a hot minute to get through that steak because you're 2 inches thick.
Holy fuck smarts.
Azar is watching what everyone else does and trying his best to use the appropriate silverware or what have you to eat. This is all beyond him and what he knows.
Okay. Just give me a perception check -1. That should be easy enough for you to be able to make it. Because you got enough people here at the table that, yeah. You got no problem mimicking what everybody else is doing.
Don't watch Katu, because...
I'm going to do the same thing. I'm mimicking what everybody else is doing, too.
I'm definitely sharing tidbits with the Raven.
Now,
I'm assuming the Raven's name is still Nugget, which is what I was calling him, but...
Now for the fun part of the meal. I've been looking forward to this part. Okay, so time for dessert.
Oh wow!
Right? You're still going. I'm already full.
Well over.
What is dessert?
So
You ask.
a well-dressed, gentleman with an apron. Yeah, and the apron's got smudges on it, but the clothes are pristine. Hair's well taken care of. He comes upstairs with this large torta, and he's smiling, all happy to come to see you guys, and then he sees and he freezes in glass. And this is expensive glass too. The glass torta falls from his hands, shatters on the floor. Give me a perception check. Everybody except for Zeb.
Visual, I'm assuming?
Yes, visual.
Ouch.
All right, let's see. What do we get? Azar, no. Castigon, no. Wow. Belladonna, yes. Katu, yes. Okay, good. Katu made it. That helps. Katu. It took a couple of minutes because the guy's really cleaned up very nicely. This is the guy that you gave kindness to. That was running from the demon.
Great.
So you just brought the demon to his establishment.
And that is awesome.
Oh, well, Katu, immediately understands and stands up and says, wait, we checked him. He's no demon.
Are you sure, good sir?
He just is deformed.
It's just a birth effect.
Whatever.
Nobody knows what a birth effect is.
He's just blessed by the gods.
That's it.
He's blessed.
Or no, not blessed. What was it they used to call them? Oh, they were touched by the gods. Oh. But that was for the people that were insane.
Yeah, but he's also got a city diet of blueberries.
Oh.
Blueberry wine, blueberry cheese, blueberry jam.
So, Bernard takes a quick moment to compose himself because, it's only his first day on the job. Says, okay. Well, because of you, I was lucky enough to be able to get this position here. It pays quite well, so, well, I did use up my next year's worth of pay beating y'all, but he'll get tips and stuff. He'll be fine.
Thank you. So we have you to thank for this spectacular meal?
Yes, and I was the one that cooked it.
Oh my goodness, you are quite gifted. It was spectacular.
Well, thank you. I hope the charcuterie board was to your liking. I tried to pick the best meats and things, but I'm still getting used to the selection here.
Oh my!
Because you start talking business, and he immediately shifts into talking business, and just he avoids looking at Zeb.
I'm sorry that I scared him. It wasn't my intention.
Well then, if you'll bear with me, I'll have someone come and clean up this mess, and let me go get you a fresh dessert. So he heads downstairs. A few minutes later, Josephine comes up to your table. And she has, she seems to have a separate opinion from her husband. She comes up to your table and just, says, thank you so much for the kindness you provided. You helped save us. And to you, young man, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. My husband is he's quick to judge.
I get it a lot. Way too often.
So, again, it has been a pleasure serving the King's Crows.
Thank you. And we're very happy to see that the two of you made it here and have fared so well.
Yep.
Nobody wanted to correct her?
I just laugh and smile. To the crows! Can't raise my glass.
Okay.
It's too funny.
To the crows.
I don't know. I kind of like that name better.
What, you want to be a scavenger?
Isn't that a raven?
Raven, crow, I mean, you know.
Better than 20 backlers baked in a pie.
But again, I can't say how much we appreciate you. And anytime you come to Blackley, I hope that you'll consider our establishment for your stay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In the meantime, I assumed that you were going to want rooms as well, so I went ahead and had some rooms prepared.
Thank you.
I was known as a bit of a matron back in the day, and so with my credentials, I was able to step into the evening role to handle any late night guests.
Thank you. By the way, who is the proprietor?
Fuck you. I've been doing good pulling names out of my butt.
Just one more.
Well, the thing is, I knew the language I wanted to use for this person's name. Real names.
It might come up later, that's what I'm thinking.
Here. Male. Oh, I gotta go with that one. Gotta go with that one. That's just too good. All right, I posted his name in Discord for you, and I'm also going to post it here in the chat.
It's a great name.
Right?
Very French.
Says, oh, it's Porthos. Porthos is the proprietor here.
Okay.
Matter of fact, he has a sash from the Queen of America. Sorry, I couldn't resist that one. And if y'all don't get the reference, that's the Disney version of the Three Musketeers reference. So yeah. I have rooms ready for you whenever you are ready to retire. But please enjoy what we're able to supply. Now, I have to cut my husband off. We can still supply some wine, but not that.
Oh, you've already done plenty. You've done so much for us. I think we can stand to purchase our own alcohol.
Very well, very well. Oh my God, the loot's talking.
I know.
That's weird. Why does it do that?
I really don't know.
It'll do that when you don't have a character selected. You know, if you don't have a character sheet open or token selected.
Oh, my character sheet's open.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you've got the token selected. That's what it is. You got the token on Blackly Hold selected. Because the token on Blackly Hold is the party loot.
Okay.
But that was awesome.
I knew it.
So,
Weird.
oh, excuse me. Sorry. Man. That's no, sadly it's not smoker's cough. It's
Mic off.
Did we lose you?
Mic on.
No. I had to mute myself so I didn't blow out y'all's eardrums coughing. With the fact that I don't have a furnace or air conditioner in the house right now, I'm having to run a propane heater, and it's got the sadly it's got the humidity in the house down to 27%. So yeah. Yeah, so it's a
well, that should keep the mold out of your basement.
Right. I mean, it's a bit dry.
Yeah, well, and the air doesn't hold as much heat when the humidity's lower.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which means
just makes it that much harder to warm up.
Which means I go through more propane because.
Yep.
Well, maybe a small humidifier. Throw a little humidity back up in the air.
Yeah, I've thought about that. Unfortunately, they don't have power outlets anywhere handy for where I need to put that. This house has some weird wiring.
Just put a large pan of water in front of where the heat comes out of the propane thing.
Yeah, then the cats will just drink it.
Okay, there is that.
But
that way.
So what I'm gonna do here, we're gonna wrap up with the inn. That's where I'm actually what I'm calling our session tonight. So I can get a little bit of prep work done for the next session. I'm very excited about the next session. I mean, this is our ramp back into the game because it has been a while since we played. And got to. We finally get to potentially, in about 6 months, go on that quest that your character showed up for.
What do we call this?
Cool.
What do we call this inn again? The Little Palace.
Yeah, Little Palace, yeah.
And all of you got rooms up on the third story that are front facing, so that your windows look towards the lake and the palace. So you get the room with a view.
Oh, holy crapola.
And these rooms also have balconies on them, so you're able to go outside to enjoy a nice smoke or whatnot. The one thing that the establishment did interestingly request, which I'm kind of glad we didn't have Renbach with us, that if you're going to smoke, take it outside.
On the balcony, right?
On the balcony, or if you're downstairs, take it outside.
Well, I'll smoke my pipe out on the balcony and watch the town.
So yeah, I mean, this is a fantastic inn. I've had this one in the back of my brain for a while for the design of it, just not the name of it. But it was supposed to be the upper highfalutin inn. This is the place that nobles go to. Even lesser nobles will come here for a small meal if they can afford it. And
Fancy place, eh?
what you find out is that part of the gratuity of this couple, and you guys better thank Katu, because it's all thanks to him that this is happening. Your rooms are all covered.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Katu.
Even though he didn't give them much, the generosity of providing with a meal and giving a weapon went a long way. See, not all NPCs that show up at your camp have to be enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Bernard's actually a secret Volskardan agent that's actually put a whole bunch of crap in your food. No. I'm not doing that. That makes things too damn complicated. My brain's not ready to do complicated right now.
The meal is pretty good, so it might have been worth it.
Right?
I knew some of that cheese tasted funny.
I've never heard of green cheese anyway, right?
Now,
green eggs and ham.
Now, the one thing I do want to get from you guys before we wrap up. So, in the morning, you got 2 different journeys to pursue. Do you want to pursue hunting down the smugglers, or do you want to pursue the stuff happening in the Kyrian wilderness? Which direction do you guys? Which way do you guys want to go as a party? That way,
There's still that demon in the woods that we never found.
There's still what?
That demon in the woods that we never found.
Well, that's.
I mean, we found this blue guy, but.
And I'm fine with either one.
I'm fine with either one because I'm just joining the group, so I'm all for going wherever the group's going.
What was the second one? There's the wilderness thing, and what was the other one?
Well, you got the wilderness one, which was originally the main mission, but we've lost everybody except for Katu from that mission. And then we've got the smuggler story that we started with your group.
Okay.
Katu would just as soon, deal with the issue in the wilderness. He feels bad about these people losing their knickknacks and baubles, but the wilderness. There's bad things are happening in the wilderness, and that could affect countless people. So I think that's what we should focus our energies on.
In character, I would probably vote for the. If we're making this vote in character, Azar would vote for the smuggler thing because that's what he knows about. Player, I think, would vote for the wilderness.
Okay, well, why don't we go with the player choice? That way, I can prep accordingly. Now, granted, storyline-wise, I will say this: the wilderness thing, the problem's going to grow as time progresses, but the smuggler thing, if you don't pursue it, they're going to get away. You're not going to be able to track them down.
Which are pretty much the reasons.
Go ahead.
No. Nope, that was pretty much my comment. Those were pretty much the reasons that my player and character vote as they do.
Well, Castigon would suggest maybe seeing if we could meet with our previous illustrious leader who got called to here See if he had any
Good point.
advice.
Good point.
Okay. Fair enough.
I forgot about where he had gone.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Scott, you up for that?
Up for what?
Playing two characters.
I could do it.
You have to do Rinbach and Belladonna.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But Belladonna's thinking is that the danger of all of those magic items in the hands of one person is a very clear and immediate threat.
Oh, you make a good point. I mean, even as much as I'm concerned about the wilderness, you make a very good point that could be a very unbalancing.
Yeah, that's the nation toppling capabilities.
Okay.
Just think, that's just my thoughts.
So then let me follow that up with Belladonna's insight and what she provided. Do you still feel the need to meet with Rinbach?
Well, I mean, we could just ask him if he had his opinion. And where are we supposed to pick up our pay? Can we get paid on a monthly, weekly, whatever?
You have to ask Rinbach about that.
See?
Does sound like maybe we need to find Rinbach then.
Yep.
What?
All right. So y'all go looking for Rinbach. It takes you almost a full day to find him. Because, well, Rinbach being Rinbach, you find him in the lower levels of town. He found the hole in the wall drinking establishment where they allow him to smoke inside. Weirdly enough, though, it's one of those, it's a hole in the wall, and it's in the poor section of town, but they got some of the best whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And they got those cute little girls young women that massage your shoulders.
Right.
And your feet. And get all those crinks out of the old bones. I love it.
Oh, let me break from this for just a second. Hey, Goalie. We're in the middle of running a tabletop game. Okay, so you get down to this establishment. Oh, shit. Now I gotta come up with a name. Now I gotta come up with another name. Actually, hold on. Y'all threw some names in there. I might be able to steal one of those.
So I've been reading a series of books, Sharp's Rifles, and they joke about an inn naming it after one of the lords they run across, Lord Pumphrey, and they call the inn Pumps for short. So it would be Lord Pumphrey would be the inn, but everybody would just call it Pumps.
This would be the
Watered lamb.
Oh! I like this. This way they still try to keep it sounding like a noble establishment. They call it the Hare and Hound.
Wow.
Okay. Hound.
Well, since I can smoke in here, I'm going to light my pipe.
And the proprietor of the Hare and Hound is this grizzled veteran named Athos. Just because, why not? Already got Porthos in there. I may as well. My captain of the guard is going to be D'Artagnan.
Maybe.
So, Renault.
Interestingly enough, D'Artagnan was actually a real person.
So we got a question for you, boss.
Yeah. So hold on. Let me set the scene. So, Renbuck, you had your discussion with the king. You're getting ready to head back to the mercenary camp. But, you're taking your time. You're going to enjoy your time while you're in the city. And you found yourself, you're out of the place establishment so that nobody'd come bothering you, so that you could actually relax and chill and whatnot. And then, you've been enjoying your time there. And then all of a sudden, this crew comes walking in through the door.
Oh, God. What are y'all doing here?
Well, I mean, we followed clues.
And they led you here.
Yep.
Okay.
To this establishment.
I'm still scratching my head.
So we need to figure out, for lack of a role playing, we need to figure out which direction this adventure is going to take. So should we be going after the?
Need to focus on which job to focus on.
Yeah, which job?
Mm-hmm.
And then describe the two jobs that we know about and get your opinion. Oh, and by the way, where are we supposed to get paid?
Well, you get paid when the mission's done, and in the meantime, though, your credentials are basically your, how shall we put it, letter of credit. So that way you don't have to lug around 100 or 10-pound stack of gold with you and have it get stolen. So think of it as a little more portable. So that's one thing. Okay, and then the other thing, you said there are smugglers that have stolen all of these different magical artifacts. And they're all by the same smugglers?
Are we in a room where there are other people or on nearby
Yes.
tables or anything?
Yes.
I will be looking around to see if anyone's listening to this conversation.
Okay.
Besides the girl massaging his shoulder?
Give me a perception check. Nice. Okay. Hold on, a little private GM roll here. You see one person that seems to potentially be paying attention to the conversation. Guy sitting at the bar, not involved with girls. He's just, enjoying a whiskey, sipping. But he's kind of scanning the room, paying attention. Kind of like he's kind of like one of those people that's paying attention to all the conversations going on around him. More or less like he's trying to, as information gatherers do, he's gathering information by just listening to the small talk.
Can I subtly draw whoever of the team is nearest me, elbow or low hand on their hand or whatever, draw their attention with a head nod to that person.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let me roll a D4. Number 4. It's gonna be Belladonna.
Why did I figure that?
Hey, I went with a random roll to figure out who it was gonna be.
I can't tell. Who is it?
Belladonna is who he's gonna elbow.
Belladonna being who she is, just being who she is off-putting to me. I am uncomfortable around her just because of who she is.
Right. So you're gonna go with a second option. Gotcha. All right.
Guess he's gonna bump the other way.
Well,
Who's your other choice? That'd be Katu.
boy, what choices?
Hey, at least you didn't bump yourself.
I think I actually would go with Belladonna, again, because of who she is. I'm uncomfortable, but she seems like the best choice to call attention to this person.
Okay. So yeah, so now Scott gets to pull double D. All right, so Scott, what's Belladonna going to do with Azar trying to give you some attention?
What do you want?
I'm just gonna lightly elbow you, and when you look, kind of nod my head towards the person at the bar.
What? Yeah. What about him?
And under my breath, they seem to be paying a little much attention to our conversation, or to your conversation, or whatever.
Right. Okay.
And I'm saying that low enough where this person that may be paying attention is not able to hear, of course.
Oh yeah, that's good enough. Well, because the kind of establishment that Rimbach would go to also has music.
Okay. So I need talk loud enough, obviously, so Belladonna can catch it, but not that person. Or at least that is the intent, anyways.
Yep.
Okay.
You're good with that. Control roll non-standard? What does that mean?
Oh, I just saw it, and I actually was looking at it and actually enrolled it. I don't know why it says, it's highlighted in yellow, says non-standard.
Strange.
So I don't know what, I think it's just because I had
Oh.
a higher CR.
Yeah, it is non-standard because it's set for a 13, which is a weird number for a control roll.
Yeah.
Because normally it's 5, 12, or 7.
Yeah.
6.
Well, when I made it, it gave me the choice of choosing, so I chose it. But
Okay.
I can always change it back.
No. Like I said, this is your first time with us, and I hadn't had a chance to fine tooth comb your character sheet yet. So I'll make sure to set a time with you to just kind of review the character, plus talk about the world background, that kind of stuff. So, okay. I mean, you made it by 7, so I mean, even if you had it as a 12, you still would have made it. So I mean, we're not worried about it. Okay, so what are we gonna do, Belladonna?
Oh, I was just finishing that.
Oh, all right. Well, do you have the ability to cast that without verbal, or you do?
Yeah, I got a 21 in it.
Oof. Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. So, the mind reading that you get from is basically he's going, oh, This sounds like it could be some lucrative information. You know, so basically, he's the kind of guy that he gathers information and he sells information. He's an information broker.
Yeah, it would be a shame if he forgot, though.
It would.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he sold information that was wrong.
So, but yeah, that's what you got out of that. But then you also, you know, because you got mind reading going on him, it's like, oh, and she's cute. Looking at you.
Of course.
I wonder what she'd go for the market up in Carry On. Oh, I bet Calcera would pay tons for her. Oh, wow.
Well, I was going to do one spell.
You change your mind also. Okay.
you may need Zeb to do a lightning bolt now.
No, this is going to be real subtle. Okay, so I'm going to take some time to walk over there to him. Well, sashay, I should say.
Yep.
So get his attention. Meanwhile,
I think you have his attention.
You gotta take it.
This spell.
Take it. Oh my God. Let me guess. You gotta take a seat next to him. Ask him if that seat's taken. Offer to have a drink with him, and then doing the whole flirty girl thing. You're gonna reach over and touch him, and he's gonna go. Ugh!
Yeah, kind of like that.
Okay. Yeah, I assumed that. Yeah, I had when you threw that down. I was like, oh, I see how this is playing out. Rolling 3d6.
3d6. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's what goes with Death Touch.
Well, actually, I thought about that spell, but then I just changed my mind. I'm just gonna give the guy a fucking heart attack.
Okay. So you changed your mind on Death Touch. You're just gonna kill him outright. Got it.
Yeah. That one.
Oh God. Hold on. Give me the page for that. I mean, it's already a critical success, but just give me the. Thank you. MDS. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, you went with the death spells.
Uh-huh.
Breaking out the big guns.
The thing is, it's such a subtle spell, too. If the guy's going to let me touch his bare arm or something like that, then, fuck him. Besides, she's not that kind of girl. She does what she wants on her terms.
Resisted by health, although no resistance roll with a crit.
Well, that's what I was checking. I was checking to see if there's a resistance roll on this, because Death Touch doesn't have a resistance roll. Yeah, holy crap! But it costs a lot of freaking fatigue.
Oh, I know.
And it takes 3 seconds to cast it.
Yeah. So while I'm talking to him during the 3 seconds, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, but at 20 that gets cut in half to 1.5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, rounded to 2.
Yeah, it rounds to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Does Azar understand the magic that's going on when the guy presumably falls over?
Hold on.
I mean, what? Okay.
Hold on. I'm working on reading through everything on this thing.
Yeah, it would only cost me 10 fatigue, actually.
If the victim fails to resist by health. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
This spell doesn't even say that you have to touch him.
So I just have to resist with health. But
yeah, but it was a critical success.
But it was a critical success. So. All right. So the question you're asking there is, it would be impossible to tell that she was actually casting any magic, because there's no because there's no verbal or somatic components.
So as far as I would understand, he just had a heart attack at a girl like this coming over to him.
Yep.
Which, in my case, would make perfect sense.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him lean him against the bar like he just fell asleep.
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Holy crap.
All right.
Donna is a lot more dangerous. I mean, Katu knew she was dangerous, but holy crap, she is dangerous.
I chose to fail that roll, by the way.
Okay. No worries.
I roll a perception. Do I notice this? Because I rolled it just at my perception roll.
Because of how he described it, you're not going to notice that the guy died.
Okay.
It looks like she just put him to sleep. Because all she did was put her hand on him and then gently lay his head down on the counter.
Wow.
And this is one way for me to run an assassin.
So, damn. All right. So, Renbach.
Yeah.
What are we going to tell the guys?
Well, seeing is that these are powerful artifacts that even I've studied about and know their potential. And having them before when they were hidden, and now that they're not, and someone knew where to look for them, that person's probably going to be very dangerous, especially if you just, based on the way they acquired these items, they are very dangerous. So I would, while the threat in the wilderness is an emerging threat, it's not immediate. So I would say go after the artifacts, get them secured, and then, if necessary, well, if we have to use them for the second mission, then we do that.
Yep.
That's my recommendation.
So, what's the party think?
Azar is on board.
Katu, even Katu agrees that, this definitely seems like the bigger concern, the more immediate concern.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, to be honest, the thing in the wilderness, I mean, I received news about it via a letter, so it'll simmer for a while.
All right. Then that'll be the plan. And Scott, I'll try to get with you to help me out with some mapping that I want to do.
Okay.
Because there's a map that you did in Pathfinder I really liked. Don't know if we can still do, but if it's possible, I'd like to try to take advantage of that kind of setup.
Okay. Yeah, you might have to point me out to it.
Yeah, but I'll discuss with that with you offline.
Okay.
And then Zeb, real quick question for you, or
Sure.
Roy, what time zone are you in?
I am here on the West Coast, burning and simmering with California.
Okay.
Because we're all lit up on fire. Yeah,
Well,
San Diego County isn't as bad as L.A., but yeah. So I'm in San Diego here with Brian.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. So you guys actually playing personal with each other. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Every couple of weeks he invites us over and he abuses us in a personal way.
All right.
Yeah. You're so kind.
Okay, so with West Coast, that creates more of a challenge for me creating a decent time for me to get with you. So I'll try getting with you on a Sunday if that works.
I'm good with it. This Saturday I got a game and Sunday I'm open.
Okay.
Or if you want to do 2 Sundays for now, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll cancel one of my Sunday streams and get with you to do that because from here forward, my Saturdays and Sundays are other than church on Sundays. My Saturdays and Sundays are pretty much free and clear because it's cookie season. So my wife and kids are all going to be busy on Saturdays and Sundays. So I don't have any family events now for the next 3 months. Because they're going to be out doing the Girl Scout cookie booths.
Yeah, that's right. Girl Scout cookies.
Yep.
See, when you say cookie season, I had images of them like baking, and I was just like, man, that's a lot of cookies.
So that's
Now,
what I was thinking too.
Now, this is I cannot post it. Funny enough, this is really, really strange on their rules. So I cannot post the girls' online stores on my Drunken Dragon Gaming Discord because it's considered to be a social site because I have it as a community. However, I can post the links to their stores over here on Scott's Discord because this is a personal Discord. So I'm not sharing it to a social media. So if you guys if you guys are interested in having Girl Scout cookies, and if you'd like to support my girls, I can post the links and y'all can just have them. Hey, literally, it's an online store, and unfortunately, you have to pay for shipping. So the thing that my wife pointed out to me, that the only thing that makes shipping worthwhile is that you have to buy 5 boxes.
If you're going to buy Girl Scout cookies, I mean, I don't know how you buy less than 5 boxes at a time anyway. So.
Oh man, well, my problem is that I rarely find time to actually go and enjoy my Girl Scout cookies, and so I still have a case of cookies from last year sitting in the freezer.
Oh wow! Wow.
Because that's the best thing about the Girl Scout cookies is that they freeze. You can freeze them.
Yeah.
And well, honestly, a lot of those cookies are better if they've been frozen. Thin mints.
Especially the mint ones.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well, and
They're the best.
they don't. It's so strange how it works, but there's 2 different bakeries now for the Girl Scouts. And so one bakery has a selection of cookies and another bakery has a selection of cookies. So when you order from my girls, you get the cookies from the bakery they're part of. So there was a cookie that they came out with a couple of years ago, the s'mores cookie, is being discontinued this year.
Assholes.
But the Adventurefuls, which are personally my favorite. I mean, Thin Mints were my favorite for a long, long time. The Adventurefuls won me over because they're basically it's the same cookie that's used to make the Thin Mints, but instead of having that chocolate mint coating that goes around it, it has a dollop of salted caramel in the middle of it, and it's drizzled with dark chocolate.
That sounds good.
Oh yeah. Those things are. That's the other reason that I have not been going to the freezer because I open a box of those, and then an hour later I'm going, what the hell happened to my cookies? So yeah, I'll post it over here on Scott's Discord, because that's something I can legitimately do. sadly, I did find out that posting it on my Discord. Now, granted, the only way that they find out that I posted it on my Discord is somebody reports me for posting my girl's stuff on my Discord. Well, for my girls, they're only $6 a box. Yeah, unfortunately, the price went up this year. They were $5 a box. But, okay. Character points. This has been a fantastic night. I've really enjoyed tonight's session. Even though I ran from even though I did a bit of running from the seat of my pants. But you know what? I have found that many times some of my best sessions have been me running from the seat of my pants. We're going to go with, you know what? It's the new year. I'm going to go with 3 points. Normally I'd go with 2, but we're going to do 3.
Like 53 to spend.
So, hope you guys enjoyed the session tonight. Sound like everybody did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chat, I hope you all had a great time with tonight's session. I am going to take a quick thing. I'm going to be talking with my chat on my stream real quick. I'm going to take a quick look. Let's take a look, see who else is on right now. And let me do a redirect. Let's see who is on. Oh, haven't seen her in a long time. All right, we're gonna go visit Bluebell. So again, everybody, thank you so much for being here, and guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream here. I'm gonna stay in boy stuff. Let me go ahead and take care of this. All right, chat. We will catch you tomorrow night with our stream. I haven't decided what we're playing yet, but honestly, it'll probably want to be an Imperial. I don't know. We'll see. Well, we'll see if I have power first, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right.
I think next week's our mutant game.
Yep. Next week we'll be back to the mutant game, and I plan on streaming that as well. So we'll be back to our regular Thursday programming of streaming our tabletop games. So, all right, chat. Y'all have a great night, and we'll catch you next time.